everybody? This is GGB co-host Peppers, and I hope you're as excited as I am to be getting into this third quarter of the Sun Belt at the smaller schools. So, the Sun Belt was supposed to get honestly killed this game. And it's really kind of weird that they're hanging in there. It's odd. It's really, they're getting the ball as well. So it's strange that the Sun Belt at one time was winning this ball game. Actually, really weird if you think about it, because how much of a difference overall wise they are from this team, it's amazing. It's like 20 overalls. If you don't know manager, that's a lot. But somehow Brandon Silvers, who's like a 50-some overall quarterback, which is bad, he's hanging in there. He's thrown pretty good balls. He's only thrown one interception. It was a bad interception, but still, like, he should be throwing so many more interceptions than he is. So let's see how he does right here. Drops back to pass. He scans the field. He is really forever in the pocket. He throws it, and he misses that guy. Honestly, I think that guy should have caught that ball. I don't think that was Silver's fault. I think that was a catchable ball. So, let's see what they do here. 14 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Hands it off. Big running hole. And it ends up being a 3rd and 1. I really should have just run past the guy with the block instead of trying to do a juke move or whatever in the world that was. So, we'll get to see what the FCS Packers / Division 2 / Division 3 Packers can do here. They go run, and it works all the way to the 40-yard line. 6-yard one by Matt Breida. And if they have a solid anything in this game, it's running game. They should have they have solid running backs. Matt Breida, J.D. McKissick. Those are both 2 solid running backs. There's a third I'm just not thinking of. But they have a good running back group. So, let's see what they do on this 1st and 10. Sorry if my throat sounds kind of sore. It's because I do have a sore throat today. So, he throws this, but it's going to end up going for about negative yardage here. Kenny Moore with the tackle. But the Sun Belt is playing surprisingly well in this game, and it's just surprising. This is the 5 seed versus the 12 seed. This was supposed to be the blowout game of Wild Card Weekend, and it was not supposed to be the Mountain West and American in the MAC. The American was actually higher overall than the Mountain West in that game, although it definitely didn't seem like it. I guess the matchup just worked favorably for the Mountain West. So that was another good run by Matt Breida, bringing up a 3rd and 5. Let's see if Brandon Silvers can pick up this first down. If Antoine Bethea and the defense will be able to stop him. Brandon Silvers goes 5 wide here. Let's see. I think Gerald Everett's a great target to go to here. He goes deep, and it's just not. That was almost picked. But it also wasn't a horrible throw. I mean, I think it was a bad read. I think he could have had somewhere else to go with that ball. But that was close to being caught. If that safety didn't come over, then that could have definitely been caught. But unfortunately, he came over for the Sun Belt, and they're going to be punting it away. See how far this punter guy can punt it. Punts it. And it's going to be kind of a shank to the 30-yard line. Only about 35 yards in net distance. So, Jimmy G comes back onto the field. It would be only like 25 in net distance for the punt. But Jimmy G comes back on the field, hoping to lead his team to the end zone for the first time today. The only touchdown we have in this game so far is by the Sun Belt Eagles. All other points came from field goals by the Packers. So they go I formation, so this is probably a run, although they go play action off of it sometimes. If they bring the tight end over, that means most definitely a run. So they run it with Eckler, and he gets tackled again. I'm sorry, that's David Johnson. That's on me. The now Houston Texan, I don't know what in the world that trade was about. As a somewhat of a Texans fan, that was stupid, and I hate them for it. But, everyone called them stupid last year for trading for that Duke Johnson Jr. guy. And, that kind of worked out for them, so they get the first down by throwing it to Thielen. Actually, no, they don't. 3rd and inches. So let's see what they come out with here on 3rd and inches and what the Sun Belt can do. This 3rd down play. And Lambeau is just utterly quiet now. They expected to be up by so many points in this game, or at least to have scored a touchdown, but they didn't score a touchdown the entire first half. So they go I for him here, which means probably a run. So let's see what they do here. Although I wouldn't be surprised if play action went off of this, but it doesn't. And they pick up the first down and a good amount more with David Johnson. It's from UNI. Tackle made by Demario Davis. Man out of Arkansas State. And if Demario and Davis is the center part of this team, if they could get a few more guys to go around him that are just as talented. I mean, Mario Addison's a good player, and so is David Mayo's not bad. And Josh Norman's also a very good senior player to have on the team. Let's see, they go screen pass here, and that is tackled for backwards 5 yards. So they're going to be seeing a 2nd and 15. And man, Tyreek has not been able to get going this game. He's just been kind of stopped by corners other than Josh Norman. You've heard about none of them. Clifton Duck. I mean, other than if you're an App State fan, you don't know that name. But let's see what the Sun Belt does here on the 2nd and 15, and what the Packers do on the 2nd and 15. So let's see. Jimmy G hands off the ball, and he gets tackled for a 1-yard gain. Austin Eckler's been kind of stopped this game, not going to lie. He had that one big run. But other than that, he hasn't been doing anything on the ground, really. So, 3rd and 14. Let's see how Jimmy G in this offense handles it. I think he's been sacked like twice this game. So, he drops back to pass. He has forever to throw. He chucks it deep. Oh, and Adam Thielen. What a catch. And this is where just talent takes over for the Packers. That was pretty good coverage, but still Adam Thielen just went up and grabbed that. If that was any receiver for the Eagles, he wouldn't have grabbed that. Still pretty good coverage by Josh Norman. But just a better catch by Adam Thielen. So, let's see how the red zone defense is for the Eagles. It was fantastic in that first half. Like Juku guy and Austin Eckler pushes him to the 2-yard line with an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Let's see what they do here. So, it looks like they're just huddling up, talking about it. I don't know what that other guy was doing. So they go I for him here, and it looks like Sunbelt's going to go goal line defense. So that it looks like they're both committing to the run. And David Johnson get tackled for a loss of 1 yard. So it's suddenly a 3rd and 3, which I think is a passing down. I mean, you can hit him with a draw. I think that might work. But I think I'd go slants here with Hill or Thielen. They're both amazing route runners, in my opinion. So, let's see what they do here.
So, yeah, it looks like they're bringing the safeties up. That could mean a safety blitz, or it could just mean they're bringing the safeties up. So Jimmy G has forever to scan the field, and he almost throws an interception. And again, the defense makes a stand and doesn't let them in the end zone. So we're gonna be looking at a 12-7 ball game. I was almost another pick, honestly. Another pick. Jimmy G hasn't been picked off, I don't think, but he's almost thrown at least 2 picks. I think one to David Mayo, one to that guy. He just has been lucky so far. So this should be an easy field goal for Zerline. So it's up through the uprights. Zerline's flexing because he made a field goal from the 3-yard line. It's not that far. But, yeah, he can feel good about himself. But, again, the Eagles are only down by 5. And they should not only be down by 5. If you look at the talents on this roster, the only person who's really pretty good is, oh, never mind. I take it back. There's 2 guys who are pretty good. I think Gerald Everett's a pretty good tight end, and I think Demario Davis is an amazing outside linebacker. But other than that, they should be getting killed in this game. Steve McLendon and Christian Ringo aren't bad either, and Mario Addison's not bad, and neither's David Mayo. I actually think Mario Addison's pretty good, but there's only 2 great players on this team. Well, I think the Packers team is loaded with great players. Tyreek Hill's great. Adam Thielen's great. Delaney Walker's great. Darius Leonard's great for the defense. There's just a lot of great players on the team. And then Jimmy G's good, I'd say. Austin Eckler's good. Cooper Kupp's pretty good. But let's see what the Sunbelt offense can do against this Packers defense. So they run it, and he picks up about 2 yards. Matt Breida does anyways. So 2nd and 8. Let's see what the Sunbelt does here. But honestly, it's been a surprise this game how well this offense has played. Although it's not how well the offense has played, how well the defense has played. We're talking about, what a run. He busted off for a good 12-yard gain by J.D. McKissick. Jarek McKissick. But another good run. This looks like it's stopped in the backfield, but Ibukum has to go around Silvers. I don't know why he doesn't try to tackle him and Silvers. I think it was a read option play, and I think he read the quarterback, but they handed it to the running back, and Matt Breida got a good 12-yard carry. So now they're sitting at their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10. This looks like another run, which is a smart move. I think the running game is probably the most important thing to stick with here with Breida and McKissick, who have both been killing it on the ground. See, another good run for Breida, picks up 7 yards. I think you need to stick with the run game here, especially since your quarterback is not your strongest asset in Brandon Silvers. You got to stick with the running game. That's my advice for now and all future Sunbelt teams, unless the Sunbelt gets like a crazy good quarterback in the NFL, which I just don't see happening. So they go screen pass here, and if that guy doesn't step out of bounds, it's a bigger gain. But they're sitting at the Packers' 44-yard line. Get a little bit closer. Might make this field goal, and they can be sitting at 12-10. Or they could just punch it in the end zone here. 7 minutes left in this game, this 3rd quarter, till we hit the 4th quarter, and this gets even more exciting. And I get a new co-host. Other than Puppers. Obviously, Puppers will stay. So, we get 3 yards on this carry. Actually, 4 yards, I'm sorry. 6 minutes 40 left in the game, 41-yard line. Or 6 minutes 40 left in this quarter, I'm sorry. You still have another 15 minutes left in the game in the 4th quarter. So, let's see what the Sunbelt can do here. So, it looks like a run, which is a smart move, I think. He drops back to pass. He almost throws an interception. I think he should have thrown it to the other out route, if I'm going to be honest. I think the tight end was more open. So in the 3rd and 6, this is why I don't like throwing it on 2nd and 6. Because if you don't pick up a good amount of yardage, then you have to throw it on 3rd and 6. Which is why I think running it with Breida or McKissick would probably be smarter. So it looks like it's going to be a pass, obviously. He throws it out short, but that just kind of gets him 1 yard. You're going to have to punt it from this distance. It's too far of a field goal for Will Lutz to make. Got to punt it away. Punt, 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 punt. Yep, they're punting. So, 6 minutes left in the game. Up by 5. The Packers are going to get the ball back at their own 15-yard line, which isn't a bad punt. That's a pretty good punt. Pin them deeper. I mean, you could always pin them deeper unless you get them at the 1-yard line. But Austin Eckler returns. I like to point out that most of that 87 yards has been on one run exclusively. He's been pretty much stopped on the ground other than that. The running game has really not gotten going against this Sunbelt front 7. So we're going to get to see Jimmy G. So he drops back to pass. He scans the field. He throws to a pretty wide open Tyreek Hill. He picks up a good 10 yards to get a first down. I guess 11 yards. But you got to be surprised at how well this Sunbelt defense has kept this pretty explosive FCS Division II offense, Division II, Division III offense at bay. Just can't speak today. Ooh, that was a good. We burst off the tackle, and he is going all the way for a touchdown. First touchdown of the day for the Packers. And that extends their lead from a 5-point game to a 12-point game. And Mr. Austin Eckler, who I said wasn't going to get, I hadn't gotten going in this game except for that one big run. Well, he gets a second big run, and this time it goes all the way for a touchdown. Basically doubles his yards in one carry. That was the one moment on the defense. If Norman had tackled him there, it would have only been a good gain instead of a great gain like it is. But instead, we're looking at it's going to be a 12-point game. First touchdown of the day for the FCS Division II, Division III Packers. So good for them. They finally got it in the red zone. But if the Sunbelt offense wants to compete, they got to go right out here and respond with a touchdown, or at least get a field goal, cut the lead to 9 points. But you got to score something on this drive. Lambeau's starting to get rambunctious, and you got to quiet the crowd up if you're the away team. Floor's trying to talk with the ref. I don't know what about, but he's definitely trying to talk to him. So, let's see what happens here. Ryan Jensen, Jared Feld here. But, let's see what happens with this kickoff. Probably nothing. If we're going to be honest, nothing has happened with a kickoff return in a long time. We haven't even gotten a good punt return in this game. It makes me sad. He punts it away. To the back of the end zone. Matt Breida, as you can see, since the beginning of the game, he's averaging 5
And you're a
yards
baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
But it's not.
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
So powerful.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10.
There it goes.
Able to find Willis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
You ever heard of these guys throwing to other than Everett? The answer is no, unless you went to ask.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So we're just that good at deep balls. So. We're looking at 4 minutes left in this quarter. Let's see if
these guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
What the heck?
He's got the lead, and there he goes. 20. Touchdown. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. That's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Okay, never mind. I think I was just a matter bitch, but you know they get credit for the touchdown anyway, so good for them. Lambeau's erupting doesn't make any sense. If I was an Eagles fan, that would just be furious since this isn't real. They're just kind of blaming themselves instead of throwing the obvious challenge that he was down way early.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point.
But they just get the challenge.
And that one makes this a 19-point game.
I think things can be overruled.
Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
Floor. Actually gonna get to see some good head coaches throwing the right down. FCC, he's not coached by a good head coach, but other than that, you got Big Ten Titans, coached by Grable. He took his team all the way to the conference championship this year. So he's obviously a really good head coach. And we have.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
We've got to score something before the fourth quarter. I think you do it.
2nd and 6, just inside
the
the 30.
Wilson, who's your best deep threat.
Back to throw here. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
But look, unfortunately for the Sun Belt, they all swing. So let's see. This looks like a run. They could trick us.
This is Breida, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
They're not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around.
That Williams guy is very good. So, don't be surprised if the defensive tackle is just dominant. Late in the game, I can see it happening. So let's see what he does here. Is it going to be a run or a pass? I think I'm going to go pass.
2nd and 11.
Goes it over the middle.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Moved by the running back.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they can score in 3 possessions. Let's see if they punch it in the end zone here.
Ready.
20-yard line, 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Which means our episode's coming.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
If the Eagles can punch one in here.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It looks like a run. Let's see if he goes play action off of it. If he goes play action off of it, he runs, he goes, and he picks up that first down at the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. But he gets hurt. Oh, they can't have that if they're the Sun Belt. They're going from the 2nd worst quarterback to the absolute worst quarterback in the NFL. Meet Mr. Levi Brown, who's now going to lead this team with 3 seconds left on the ball clock in the 3rd quarter. But anyways, since this game's coming to a close, I'd like to say to you guys one last time, please like and subscribe. It makes me feel so good about making these videos when people are actually watching them. It helps. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please put them in the comments section below. And if you want to make any predictions who you think is going to win the tournament, good for you. I think it's going to be really interesting. It's a great tournament. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Anyways, see you next time. This is GGB and Coast Pupper saying, adios, amigos.